support because I figured it out. Who are you
You
going to
know,
call? The Asian guy.
I mean, that's kind of how it works, right? Like this, you might not be of the quote unquote right Asian persuasion for
Is
tech
it
and all of
is it
that.
ever the right Asian?
Hey, you know what? Like that's the thing is like people forget how big Asia is. You motherfuckers are everywhere and every shade of everything because Russia is in Asia.
Yeah, right. When you start looking at like the boxers and like Khabib and you realize like that part is actually in the continent of Asia. You know what? That's actually kind of jacked up where Europe is actually connected to Asia, but the white people are like, we're not the same. And they just drew a line
Yeah,
somewhere.
yeah, it's all the same. But yeah, somehow they were like, yeah, you know what? You're a little too brown for me. So I'm gonna go on this side
This
of this
side.
imaginary line that we've created. This imaginary thing, it's just right here. I'm going on this side of it because you're too dark for me. Fuck that.
Right. And Eddie always talks about it. It's like, oh, Asia's these Russian guys, Russia's Asia.
Yeah.
And I think we're only bringing it up because he can't log on, and it's hilarious to
Yeah,
me.
he's just gotta hear it. So that's where we're at with it.
With it. That's why I'm mad with it. With it. With it. That's why I'm mad with it. Straight out the trap with it. Whatever you want, whatever you need, it's on tab, get it. That's why I'm mad with it. That's why I'm mad with it. That's where I'm at. Okay, you chasing clout? Oh no way, your shit turn.
Oh, he's angry.
Oh,
Oh, he's angry. He's in the lobby and he doesn't want to jump on. He's just glaring at us. You know, like when you're messing up at a conference call, and your manager's just staring at you
Yeah.
like through the other window, but he doesn't want to jump in. That's what's going on with Eddie right now.
And it's not even our fault. So it's not like he's gonna be mad at anybody but himself for, not checking whatever tech he's got at his place and making sure the stuff was up to date.
I contend that he still lives in his car. I contend that Eddie still lives in his car and
Yeah.
he's like doing a WeWork Airbnb and he's like setting up, hoping that we don't notice.
Yeah, I think that's what it is, man, because you can't keep saying like it's crappy camera, it's crappy internet, it's a crappy computer, it's a crappy phone before I'm like, Eddie, my guy, I think you're homeless. Like, we're cool here. Like we're friends. Like let us know. And I might chip you like $20 to get you, a McDonald's meal or two.
Did Daddy lose his job again? Mommy, are we broke?
Dude, I knew from all those little driving around episodes we did, and he just happened to be in the car. Oh, I'm going somewhere. It's just magical. He never ended up somewhere
for an hour. He's driving, like he starts driving, right? We don't actually see him begin to drive. He's always driving. An hour later, he's still driving. Where are you going? Canada?
And that's the thing, right? Like I would say, okay, it's New York. You got New York traffic. It's easy that it gets drug out there. But the thing is, I ain't never once seen another car. Like he's had his phone willy-nilly enough inside the vehicle a few times where you're like, hey, man, if it's taking you an hour to get to a place, there might be somebody on your passenger side. Nope. This dude is just broken.
He's not gonna watch this again. That's hilarious. But what's going on, everybody? Welcome to another episode of I'ma Get in Trouble. It's your boy Loy Lee and my best friend in the history of ever, Terrence G. How are you, man?
Skeet. Man, it's always good to see you, buddy. It's great to be back.
Happy 4th of July.
Yeah, man. Did you have a good one?
What did I do? Yeah, well, my anniversary is like in that same area.
Happy anniversary.
Thank you. It's one of those mechanisms that you have to put in place to help you remember your anniversary. It's like, 4th of July. Oh, I should probably think about my anniversary. Yeah, that's what we do.
We're coming up close. I know I got to do something.
The 4th of July. Yeah, no, I got it. America's birthday. I got it. Freedom Day. Got it. Anniversary. That's right.
It's like, oh yeah, I got to celebrate my national independence, but then my dependence.
And you know what though? Like that's funny that you say that because I'm dependent on my wife to the point where I can't find anything. I swear to God. Like she'll be like, "Oh, your contact solution, like the extra ones, is in one place." And then when I need to get the contact solution the second time, it's not there, and it is nowhere near. Like it's not even the same room. I swear to God, she moved stuff just so I don't leave her.
And see, and that's how I know it's like a marital thing, because we go through the same thing. I love my woman. We are a team. We work well together, and there's no doubts about it. But god damn it, do I get mad trying to find stuff in my own house, because she loves to say that stuff. It's in the same place it's always been. Why don't you know your own house? And I'm like, first off, lady, when I go based off of your thing, we clearly have very different definitions of same place every time. Because you're like, oh, well, it should be in the dish, but if it's not there, then it's over there on the like.
Well, it's in the same place every time. It's inside the house, like the lease line, the mortgage. It's in there.
Yeah, like don't tell me it's in the same place every time, Winch. When you know you moved it, I don't move my shit outside of the same 3 spots.
Right, and also the name of the thing is normally like the linen closet. All of the linens go in the linen closet. Now, if I gotta find a washcloth that's not in the linen closet, guess where it doesn't belong? Wherever I find it, it goes in the linen closet. Hence the fucking name.
I used to make my woman so mad because I'd be like, oh, I lost such and such. I'd be like very verbal about it. I lost such and such, and I know I didn't misplace it. Let me think the way my wife would think, and maybe I'll find it.
Oh, you chose violence.
I chose violence. I will never not choose violence.
Hey, boss is here. Boss is here.
What the fuck are y'all talking about? Seriously?
Something you don't know about. You know,
yeah, I was gonna say. Eddie got tired of looking for shit, and he just said, "You know what? I'm just gonna bring all of my shit to a different place.
I'm just gonna put it all in my car and live out of that."
A different place every single time. Just where I wake up, that's where I live.
That's it. Yeah, man. And Eddie, I'm sorry, man. I'm really sorry. We should take this time out, moment of silence, to recognize you don't know what it's like to feel loved. I'm sorry.
Well, I mean,
are we serious right now? That's what we doing? That's how we playing?
Well, because I saw you in the lobby and I was like, oh, he's gonna be right back in time. That's perfect for that to just hit that insult right then and there.
Yeah, so, stupid. So stupid.
I'm sorry you don't know what it's like to be loved, Eddie. But how you doing, man? It's good to see you.
Good, bro. I'm good, man. I know how it feel, feel to be loved sometimes.
Long time ago. You don't even know how to say it. I know how it feels to love, be someone thing.
It's even pronounced
like you, Terrence. Everybody don't bounce back like you, bro. You bounce back, bro.
I do this thing, man. It's just funny because it even sounded like you pronounced it like you spelled it L-U-V. You know, I got that.
Coming live from New York City. What is going on, Eddie Lyles?
What's going on, man? Fucking you know how like the fucking you don't you have shit in the background of your computer. The shit in the background of my computer froze my computer up, and I don't know how.
Oh, yeah.
So it's like, and then I didn't jump on until 6:15. So you know what I mean? So it was like rush city.
Time to clear it. Yep.
Yeah, I gotta clear all record stuff off the computer.
Close your tabs, homie. Close your tabs.
Oh no, I watch porn on my phone, homie. We ain't got you ain't gotta allude to shit. I watch
factory reset.
It's so much more convenient. So much more convenient. Like,
And you know what, the incognito tab where you just like slide down, just hit that one button, and just deletes everything.
Who the fuck is watching porn on their computers anymore, bro? You got a whole computer in yourself.
Yeah, like I had better already be posted up like in the office or the podcast booth if that's the way I'm going, because I'm damn sure not walking down the stairs to then find the computer and fire it up when I've literally got it all. It's literally just a quick search away. Two thumb movements.
What topics we got today, bro?
Man, we got the ones that we kicked off in the deal. So let's kick it off and let's talk about UFC that happened over the weekend. We got 2 Rafaels, right? We talk about UFC. I finally get to watch one, and you motherfuckers don't want to talk UFC. I finally get to watch.
He literally watched like
we never start with sports one, and you've never watched the UFC.
I got excited about it, so I guess we'll just say fuck off with whatever topics I want.
He starts his UFC career at a UFC Fight Night Apex Las Vegas. What the fuck?
No, come on. We never talk sports since the beginning. Nobody. Like it's that's only good for clips.
We ain't got shit for comedy. No comedy news has really popped out. So,
you're wilding right now, bro.
I mean,
Dave Chappelle just dropped
Dave Chappelle just dropped his special,
and Bill Burr will drop a special in like Monday or Tuesday, the 17th, whatever the 17th is.
Wait. I thought the Dave Chappelle special was him doing the acceptance speech. I thought that's what that was.
Special. No, I saw somebody put up earlier. Dave Chappelle's next special is from his ride to a show. Like the motherfucker can do whatever the fuck he wants, bro.
Yeah, I'm not hating on it, but yeah.
One of his specials of him talking about a dude that just died. Another one of his specials was
a book.
It was a book.
He did 45 minutes on a book.
Yeah,
written in the 60s.
At this point, when he drops something, it's a special.
It's special to me, goddamn it.
Fair point. I just wanted to make sure that I was in the same vein. So yes, got it. I was gonna say we got Jon Stewart. He won the Mark Twain Award,
and they just aired Mark Twain was a big one though.
That was a big one, bro. That
was a huge honor. I mean, it's like you saw everybody that talked about him, and then saw how good of a dude he was, and everybody just kept talking about how like any awards people do that, but it like actually felt like this dude's actually a nice guy. You know what I mean?
I think to be to have a career that long and that storied and still be holy, what the fuck is that? Is that your elbow?
It's some pussy. So it's not.
Why is
Why is my elbow dark? Motherfucker, I played football. What the fuck is wrong with you?
No, it wasn't dark, buddy. That joint looked like
ball sack, dog.
I was gonna say, man, like
hey, that's like elbow, bro. That's elbow work. What are you guys talking about?
Bro.
This is how I know you motherfuckers didn't do any hard work in sports. Yeah, you got the same shit. You're just fucking pale, dickhead.
Wait. No. Think about what Eddie just said. Please, let's scale this back. What hard work are you doing?
What hard work on your elbow doing, Terrence? Tell us about your career. Let's talk about your military background. Exactly.
Hey, Terrence, how fast can you run again?
Yeah, nothing on your elbows, dickhead. Right. Lloyd got more shit on his elbows than you. He played hockey. That's the fucking toughest sport ever. Fuck out of here.
Played hockey.
He's the only Asian playing hockey. Fell and just laid on the ice but bruises.
I was so happy to be almost 6 foot with skates on. Hilarious.
But no, you talking about is no comedy news. I mean, let's start off with the R. Kelly shit though, bro.
Okay. Yeah. Well, so you got into it with somebody over something.
You got into it late because we were kind of talking about this behind the scenes and everything. So this is what happens when you late to the production meeting, pre-show. So yeah, how you want to? So let's let you introduce that joint, Eddie, since it's kind of
okay. So I didn't like. Let's preface it correctly. I didn't get into it with anybody.
Okay.
Little Boosie came out over the weekend, and it was basically talking about a story came out, and Lil Boosie addressed it. The story came out that a mom, one of the victims of R. Kelly, one of their mothers, prepped them to seduce R. Kelly. Like she was like 17, like she basically said a whole bunch of shit that was like leaked from the media, like, oh, R. Kelly likes this, R. Kelly likes this, like, and Lil Boosie was like, R. Kelly got 30 years. These parents should be, you know what I'm saying, charged as well. Like he was saying as well. But a lot of people took it as, oh, Lil Boosie's taking up for R. Kelly. But Boosie had already said if R. Kelly had touched one of his kids, he would have killed him. So it was like one of those joints where it was like kind of weird. And so a friend of the show, Marlon Randolph, basically put up and was like, I agree with Boosie as a dude, as a father of two. People should, you know what I'm saying, the parents that coach their daughters, R. Kelly got 30 years, these parents should have got 30 years. And like I was trying to explain to him, it was wording, one, and two, it's a battle that I'm not gonna die on because it sounds like you're taking up for R. Kelly. Like because they started going deeper, people were like, well, yeah, these priests ain't getting no 30 years. That's a long time.
Yeah.
It's like, no, it's not. It's not long enough, bro.
Well, because it started to go down that rabbit hole of Ghislaine Maxwell too, right? Because she was recently sentenced. And then you can't help but see it. Then people started to say, well, it's because he's black and she's white.
Right.
And this just feels like one of those moments where you're like, yeah, this ain't the time to do that, right?
Also, like I'm tired of this equivalency conversation. Well, if they did this, they did, but it's like boom, like that. You're getting away from the conversation. Like
Yep.
you're bringing in details that I don't want to say have nothing to do with it, but it's like you're not addressing the original conversation. You're throwing in details.
Right. It's a hill that you don't need to die on.
Well,
Right.
that too.
Well,
Well, also we were talking about it like what R. Kelly's like 55 or some shit. Like he's 30 years. He's good, right? 30 years he ain't coming out, and if he is, fuck that
no.
guy.
So that
regardless.
was the part that some people that were like a little bit more like for the whole thing, like with R. Kelly's sentencing, were like, dude, it's not over yet. Like he has to be tried in 3 other states.
Mm.
Mm-hmm.
So he has more charges coming. It's not like this motherfucker got 1 charge and that's Game City. Like, nah. He got other charges.
Which
that he has
now
to come on.
this just has to pass as guilty. So therefore it's set as a precedent in the other cases as like, well, I mean, he's already guilty. He's already a criminal now. Let's fucking
Right.
just bury him.
Right.
Yeah, it's again, like I said, it's just one of them joints that it's no point. And as a dude with a father, it's like you don't want to hit anything about, oh well, that was too long. Like that's just what wrong wording. You know what I mean? Like
yeah,
you don't use no fucking words like that. Like it's too long. No, motherfucker, it wasn't long enough. Like
it wasn't long
I
enough.
started at firing squad. I don't know about like
Yeah.
I'm just
Well, that
saying.
was the thing. That was the thing that I appreciated about your standpoint was it was just simply saying like any of this can be misconstrued as taking up for R. Kelly, which full stop, period, point blank. If you're reasonable, you shouldn't even be treading near that water, right? Like that's what I gathered, right? And so to then go back and forth and be like, for anybody to add a but after that, you're like, okay, now you're just not being reasonable.
I'm out.
Right.
I'm
'Cause
out.
That's what everybody was saying. People were like,
Yeah.
but
Yeah,
you know,
no.
the Catholic priest ain't in jail right now. It's like, first off, there are Catholic priests in jail, but the Catholics also did take up for a lot of the priests. Was that wrong? Yes, but it's the same argument of the Black Lives Matter movement, right? We're not saying we want y'all to kill other people like y'all kill black people. We just want y'all to fucking, you know what I'm saying, treat us the way you treat them. Like it's really that simple. But it's a art when it comes on kids. Whoa, pause.
Hey,
that was a
whoa.
lie. Yeah, that was a lie.
No, Ghislaine Maxwell.
Yeah, Jesus, no Ghislaine. No. But when it comes to kids, it's like nobody want to hear that shit, bro.
There's no leeway.
All the time he got.
There is like when it comes to kids hurting kids, like we got one job as people is fucking protect the kids, and anything that other than fuck that guy, anything it's too far off the bait and
But
path.
you know what it comes down to, and for me, I guess it feels like a lot of motherfuckers kept listening to R. Kelly after the tape came out.
Yeah,
and they're trying to justify it now.
Oh,
but we're not even coming for them. Fuck, like that's
but
not.
That's how
like,
they feel. Like,
yeah,
even,
yep.
That's how they feel. Even with Marlon, like if you read the thread, like you even see me be like, "Hey, I'm not talking about you. I'm just saying
in general,
the R. Kelly thing."
Which I think diffused the situation at that point because it looked like it had the potential to escalate from there. Well, he froze out.
Yeah, or he thinking hard right now.
Oh, yeah, he's definitely thinking real good.
I'll say this. Like, I know for a fact that we knew about this with Aaliyah back in what 2000.
Yeah.
Whenever that was, like we knew about this. We knew, and I knew. I don't feel bad about listening to his albums. I don't feel bad about that. That doesn't give me.
Oh, you still listen to R. Kelly, motherfucker?
I fucking barely. Like I'll listen. Like if it comes on, I'm not like protesting. If I'm at a place and it's on the radio, I'm not walking out of the place. I'm gonna finish my chicken wings, pay my bill, and then fucking leave.
Yeah, I haven't like retroactively deleted my R. Kelly library, but it's not like I had every album either.
Plus, I'm Asian. I didn't pay for it anyway, so fuck it.
Hilarious. Way to throw an Asian joke in there real quick.
Got it. That's it. That's how I'm building my empire, one Asian joke at a time, sir.
No, I mean, I didn't really listen to it. Like that shit happened when I was a kid, so I didn't listen to him anyway. You know what I mean? Like I wasn't really like all the older songs, like the early '90s songs that your like moms and your aunts used to play. I used to listen to that, and then like what the Chocolate Factory drink. The kicker was when he did the Trapped in a Closet series. We all were on that shit. Let's just be honest about it.
Dude, that was a whole crazy ordeal
Yeah,
when that
that
happened.
shit was-
because
that shit was
everybody was glued to the TV because what it came out in a 4 or 5. It was a 5-part series, right?
I think it was 6. Bro.
Yeah, it was something like that. It was like maybe it was 6, maybe even 7. I don't know. It was good,
Like,
but
that motherfucker, they had the midget fighting the pastor.
it was like it was. If you remember, it was released on a weekly basis back when they
Yeah.
did that shit. When they didn't just
First
upload like a
audio
whole
podcast.
season.
First musical podcast ever.
Yeah.
It was. I mean, it was like, dude, like the dude is a fucked up individual, and I hope he dies soon. But he came out with some great shit. You know what I'm saying? But even with that statement, it's like, well, are you trying to say like nobody's trying to say shit? You know what I mean? Like when it comes to the babies, kill this motherfucker. I don't care, bro. Like, but the butt is you motherfuckers knew this shit beforehand. It took a documentary before you motherfuckers actually went after him.
And on top of that, I mean, if you're gonna go there, right? If that's the precedent you want to start with, being like, oh, if they're a piece of shit, then their art is shit as well.
Mm-hmm.
Like, then basically get rid of all the art. You gotta tell me Picasso or Van Gogh or fucking Babe Ruth or Michael Jordan are all great people? No, they're all pieces of shit. I'm
Well,
sure.
why you throw Michael Jordan in there, dog? Like, why you have to throw Michael Jordan in there?
Why not? He's being equal.
You trying to say Ip Man was a great person, motherfucker?
Yeah, just
Yeah,
because
that's
you're
his whole fucking family.
just because you're great doesn't make you a great person.
I'm just saying, Ip Man left his whole family, nigga.
Yeah, and I'm just saying, fuck, throw
he,
him in
he,
there too.
he fucked up person. Don't bring Michael in this shit, man.
That's the hill you want to die on. We just watched the last dance.
Listen. I told you.
Are you getting Jordan money? Or is Jordan Brand giving you money like the way Lugs is giving us money?
I give him money all the time.
I was fucking hoping you would have brought it back. I was fucking hoping it would have gotten dropped. And I didn't even have to do it. I didn't have to lift a finger. And Lugs still got dropped. God damn it, I feel good. This is a great Monday.
Did you drop a Lugs?
He did.
Fuck ass. Look, the point I'm making.
We sound like you on Lugs internet right now.
Yeah, I know, right? This shit is killing me, bro. I have no idea what's happening.
Yeah, but the thing that that just is outrageous is all of what you said, right? Like, if we're going to start doing that, digging to the roots of this and say, were you a good person or were you a bad person? We're never going to have arts. We're never going to have entertainment. We're never going to have games to do because everybody is a person and they got shitty qualities. They fucked over somebody.
Yeah, but that's not a shitty quality, bro.
No. I'm saying, like, you get people that do that and they're like, oh, well, you need to, yank away all the music. It's like, look, that's your right and everything. It just doesn't take away from what the dude did. You can't go back in time and erase his discography and what it meant for people at the time in which they heard it. It's just foolish. Just take the information and move forward now.
Is he a piece of shit? Yes. Is his music good? I mean, I don't know if it holds up anymore, but it was great when it came out.
I believe I Could Fly is still fire.
If he didn't fuck little girls, if he didn't fuck teenagers or whatever the fuck, like, his music would have held up.
But I mean, then you got to cancel Aaliyah, right? You got to cancel Aaliyah's album, Age Ain't Nothing But a Number. He produced that, and she was just dropping hints the whole time, being like, Age Ain't Nothing But a Number, 4-page letter, and I sealed it with a kiss. Like, back, rock the boat. All of these things.
Nah, Rock the Boat wasn't him.
I don't know.
Rock the Boat was like the last one, bro. That was the video she died on, I think.
Yeah, well, I'm just saying, like,
but I mean, I know you. I know, I'm just fucking with you. But it's like people knew that he was fucking little girls with Aaliyah, and nobody did anything. So now it's like, oh well, we gotta lock up everybody that was involved. Well, bitch, all of us were.
Yeah,
all our parents were. All like,
where do we? I guess my question is,
Kelly transcended race, bro.
Where do you draw the line?
Yeah, where do you stop at? Because motherfuckers was propping this motherfucker up. And we knew he was a pedophile. It wasn't like Mike, where like we didn't believe none of these motherfuckers.
Or even the fact that like the evidence was ambiguous, right? Like, right. Macaulay Culkin is a prime example of somebody that has repeatedly, openly, publicly talked about the massive amounts of time spent with Michael Jackson and never once has made a
Yeah,
complaint.
well, Mike might have put a dig in his butt for him to say that. We don't know.
Sure. But that's what I'm saying, as opposed to and Eddie only said that because Michael
Mike
Jackson
might
was
have put a
white when he
dig in his butt
died.
the whole time.
You only said that because he was white when he died. If he'd have been black when he died, Eddie wouldn't have said that shit.
No,
That's how
no.
racist Eddie is.
Not at all. Dude, we gotta talk about this racist shit. Real life. We didn't talk about it in pre-screen, but we gotta talk about it. But
how do you know if we talked about it pre-screen? You weren't even there.
Yeah, you weren't there to know.
Because I wasn't there, that's why we didn't talk about it on pre-screen.
I mean, because we talked about it. We knew what was going on. No, but
me up.
Hit your point. Hit your point.
No, I'm just saying, like, well, Mike, it was like one of those drinks where we didn't know if Mike was really out here fondling little boys or not. You know what I'm saying? And a lot of people did not believe it. Okay, better example is the Ray Rice situation. We saw before the video came out, everybody was like, man, did he really hit her though? Like, oh, he said he hit her. I mean, but did he hit her that hard? And then we saw him knock her the fuck out. And we was like,
then drag her.
Oh, and then drag up. The drag was the worst part. The drag was the fucking worst part.
That
was the worst part.
It was like the punch. The punch was bad. The drag was like fucking worse.
The punch,
like
bing, nigga. The punch was bad.
Because when you heard about it, like Ray Rice punched his girl in an elevator. There's like right around the time that Jay-Z got punched by Solange. We saw that video. We were like, oh, that was like, yeah, whatever.
Nah, I wasn't around the same time, but I get your point.
Like that was associated, right? Attack in the elevator. We're like, that was whatever. And then you see her.
The two punches. Jay-Z got fucked up way worse than Ray Rice's wife. But that's because it was a dude hitting a girl versus a girl hitting a dude.
Well,
Jay-Z got fucked. If that was a dude, if that was Ray Rice punching Jay-Z, or Ray Rice did that to his girl, everybody would have been like, yo, kill him.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? Like,
what I'm saying is like,
Solange, how many hits Solange got in on Jay-Z versus how many hits Ray got in on his girl? But if Ray would have hit his girl like Solange hit Jay-Z,
right?
Oh my God,
we just assumed that the woman Ray Rice's woman just took it. Was like, okay, whatever.
No. Like she went left. Yeah. Talk about UFC.
That was hard to watch. Hard. You sit there, and go like, listen. We see like, and that's the problem. We watch a lot of movies, and we see like, women fighting, and like, and then you see those like go limp, like soul snatched.
If Ray Rice would have fucking transitioned to a UFC fighter, oh my God, these bitches be fucked up.
You mean Greg Hardy? Is that what we're talking about? Shit.
But I'm just saying, the drag was the way worst part.
Yep.
Now, let's equate it to the R. Kelly situation. We heard R. Kelly was with Aaliyah. Some people believed it, some people didn't. Still, some people believe in it, some people don't. But then we
have the
saw
court
him
papers.
fucking a little girl. Then we saw him fucking a little girl. I don't know if y'all watched it. I was her age. I watched it. He was fucking a little girl. This is the part that destroyed me.
Wait.
What?
You talking about the old video, right?
Nigga, when the video came out, I was 11.
Okay. I was making sure, like, okay. Like I had to clarify for the airwaves because things were a little ambiguous.
I've never seen the video.
We gotta just be honest.
Me neither.
Dude, grown ass men were watching the fucking video.
Not me, not this grown ass man.
You weren't grown. You're not that much older than me.
Yeah,
you would have been 17.
You wouldn't have even been an adult.
You wouldn't have been. You wouldn't have been
either
18.
Either way, didn't see it.
You never saw it?
Seen it.
Never
You can't see it now. You're fucked.
No,
listen, if you watch now, it's kitty porn.
Yep, never seen it. Never will. Never have.
Yo, you know how many people are right now? It's like, what video of R. Kelly? And they're trying to look that shit up.
And then Chris Hansen just shows up to their house and be like, "Hey, take a seat.
How many dudes are like trying to watch this R. Kelly video now?
You gotta like pull up like LimeWire or Kazaa now just to find it.
Fuck, you're gonna get raped in jail, bro.
We're gonna see like on our YouTube channel. You're gonna see like FBI started following you.
Right?
Not the FBI.
But no, I mean like I was 12 when that video came. I was 11, 12 when that video came out.
That's fucking nuts.
The part this is the part like, and I remember the only reason why I saw it was because I know people that saw it, right? But everybody I knew that saw it were my age. I didn't know any full grown adults at that time, right? So it really didn't creep me out. It didn't creep me out until I got older.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And I was like, yo, y'all niggas really watched a little girl get pissed on, bro. Like y'all do real like we make fun of this video all the time, but in reality, 40-year-old men were watching a little girl get pissed on. Even if you say that wasn't R. Kelly, you watched the little girl get pissed on, bro.
You watched it enough to know to decipher whether it was R. Kelly or not, which is too much, way too much.
So, but that's what I'm saying. Again, let's talk about it. Hearing about Ray Rice punching this girl, and then actually seeing her punch her and dragging her off the elevator is equivalent to hearing about R. Kelly fucking Aaliyah, and then watching him piss on a girl the same age as her.
Fuck him.
Yeah, I mean,
I
we
hope
start
this nigga
with
gets shot. Like, I don't
start.
care.
We start with under the jail. Like that's where we begin. Under the jail. That's the best case of scenarios.
That's my point. Like, so why are we even? So why are people? This is my point to everybody online. I'm like, there's no point of taking up for this nigga whatsoever. There's
So is
no
that
point?
Is that what you meant by like the race comment that you made like a couple minutes ago?
Yes, because
Okay.
no. We gotta talk about race because of a set that I did. But
Well, you said you want to talk about race, and it seemed like it was tied to this. So I was
no, I mean, because in the sense of a lot of people like compare white people to black people, especially when it's equal crimes. But the killer is, and I had to look this shit up. I was like, is this shit? So I think so. What it boils down to is what he got convicted of was transporting. So the time that he got is actually known. You see what I'm saying? Like based on the state that he got convicted in. It wasn't like a crazy, but when you like everybody forgets, like every state has different laws and different, you know what I'm saying? Different statutes of limitation and lengths of sentences. So it's just like when you hear that length of sentence, you're like, you might be like, oh, that's a long time, but it's like, yeah, if that crime wasn't so bad. Right. If that crime wasn't so bad, that was a long time. But that's a horrible fucking crime, bro.
Yeah, like I said, it's so weird that those become the moments now that we have found the time to collectively discuss race. It's like these aren't the cases that I would be making my case about, racism and inequality on. Like, if you want to talk about drug trafficking charges, I'm here for it all day. Do you want to talk about some shit like that? Cool. Not fucking kids, man.
Yeah.
Like, there's no amount of anything that I can bring rationale. Like, it's never enough time. Like, the fact that this motherfucker's allowed to still breathe, any of them, fuck them. Like, that should be how it starts.
What state is it that you can get castrated? Will they do the legal
chemically castrated?
Isn't it a state
Not
that does
enough.
that? Is it New York?
I was gonna say
Not
probably
enough.
not enough.
Not
in all
enough.
seriousness.
Well, I mean, it's not enough, but that's also why a lot of people don't do the death penalty, because a lot of people get convicted and they ain't actually do the shit. Because you can get convicted off of it's a movie out, bro. This movie is even sadder now that we're talking about fucking.
We're not starting off with making a point and defending it with a movie.
No, not I gotta defend it with a movie.
You're not defending it with a like. I kind of
I can't know.
based
I don't
on
know.
credibility. I can't
No,
have
this
you.
the point I make. It was a true story though, but it was a movie about a guy who like ex-wife told her daughter that her father raped her. Somebody can help us out in the comments. Her father raped her, and this dude did like a shit ton of years, and it came out that he actually didn't. Like her mom, it was in like Florida or some shit, and the mom was getting with a cop. I think I forgot what the fuck. It was either a show or a movie, and the mom was getting with a cop, and fucking they set this dude up.
Oh, I saw this show. It was Dr. Phil, or was it Maury? It was one of those shows.
It was one. No, it's with a female dude. It's a true story.
Sandra Bullock played the lead. I remember this movie. Was it Ryan Gosling? Sandra
Ryan
Bullock.
Was the father.
I believe that was.
No, but it's big. It's actually big on like the clips are going viral online right now because like they did like a wire test on the guy. What's the shit? The lie detector test on the guy.
Yeah, polygraph.
Polygraph, and found out that he didn't. What's the name? And then the wife was like, "I'm sorry." And then they was like, "Do you forgive her?" And he was like, "Fuck that bitch!" Like it was just, but that's what I'm saying. Like that's why certain states don't do certain shit like that because there are people that have been wrongfully convicted off of this shit, and then you castrate them. That's fucked up.
It's a chemical castration, I believe.
R. Kelly, we got video, nigga. Like this isn't a jury of peers, motherfucker. That nigga did it.
It's just such a waste of time for me for like trivial stupid shit, man. Like that's not the time to have some meaningful conversation about inequality, in my opinion. Like save that shit for actual.
That's what a lot of people are doing. A lot of people are like,
I know it's
comparing
crazy.
it to the race thing, and it's like,
But it's also like you're choosing the wrong soapbox. Like this is not the
Exactly.
platform.
Yeah.
Like this is a victory in the right direction, right?
right.
We got the guy. The guy
we
skated the
got him.
last time. We got him this time, right? We got him.
Yeah.
If you are going to hang your hat on a protest that the Catholic Church or this guy or that guy, Maxwell, blah, 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 there is a different thread for that. There's a different venue for this.
Real
This
quick.
one,
So we got because comments are coming in on our actual pages. So Chef Kelly said the whole sex trafficking ring was available to him. So that's what she was like alluding to. And she said the argument is really about why white sex offenders don't get as much time as black sex offenders.
I think that's the nonsensical conversation.
I don't think that's
so do you
I
want
don't
R.
know.
Kelly?
I don't think
Wait,
that's true.
So the worst case scenario is that R. Kelly's sentence gets reduced. Is that a win?
No.
Okay.
See,
So
that's what I'm saying. Like,
Yeah,
but
so
the argument
that's why
is-
there's no point in discussing the race of the pedophiles. Like anything short of these motherfuckers getting fucked up is a problem. Period. Point blank. Full stop. I don't give a shit if they're white, black, Asian, any of that. If we want to talk about it's unfair of sentencing inequality, yes, but that's a different discussion because still at the end of the day, if you're an offender behind bars, dead, I don't give a fuck.
But I think it's more of a question of equality. That's where and so this is where I get really conflicted on this shit, right? Because if it's true, I'm trying to look it up now, but if it's true, then it's not that black sex offenders should get less time. It's that all of them should get the same time.
Agreed.
Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, that's a better argument. Like, but as soon as you bring race into it, it does sound. And this is what I'm like. This is what I was saying in that comment. It can be easily misconstrued. Somebody can easily take your shit out of context very quickly, and everybody will believe them because that's how it sounds. You know what I'm saying? Like it sounds like you're saying that he should have got less time.
And that's why I said the conversation seems irrelevant to me. Is for that exact reason. Like, sure, it's unfair. It sucks. I can't change shit about it. Life is unfair. Fuck them. They should all get more time.
Yeah, I think all of them.
Not enough. Not enough time. Not enough time.
I mean, but then again, like you said, who just shot somebody? That the dude just went to jail for it. The UFC fighter.
Yeah, it was Cain Velasquez. Cain Velasquez. Yep.
Attempted murder.
He just got off, and then the guy that he shot at, he just got locked up.
Yep.
It's like, but the kicker, like, you don't know if that was actually the dude. So it's that's why I get like all of these drinks conflict the fuck out of me because it's like I want all these niggas to die, but I don't want everybody accused to die. So it's kind of you know what I mean?
Yeah, I'm in the same camp as you though, in that at any point, if it becomes too easy for me to be misconstrued in my point, that it seems like I'm teetering that line of defending some heinous shit.
Right.
It's not a viable conversation to me, and discussing that specifically with the sentencing and everything is just not a viable discussion. There's other avenues to have that discussion, again, to talk about sentencing inequality. We know that's a thing. This just feels odd to talk about it when you're talking about kid fuckers. Like that's a really odd stance to take on all of that because it's like fuck
set and setting. This is neither the set nor the setting, you know, like this is like I said.
I mean, I get it. So, like, I understand aspects of it because sentencing, like, I don't want to reduce what sentencing inequality is. It's a fucking problem.
Absolutely.
But this is just not, in my opinion, the conversation to try and be like, oh, but I have a problem with this too. Like, save that for the back.
Yeah, I don't know what you do with that.
Yeah.
How do you think you fix that though? How do you fix the problem? Because it is an issue. If it's an issue, it's an issue.
I don't think you can, man.
You can't. Because there's always going to be somebody that's going to say, "What about us? What about this? What about that?" Like you can't. That is human nature. To like, we have a win, and it's not a win enough. It's like
exactly.
It's not enough of a win for whatever reason.
But what you said too, also, plays a role in this, right? You've got all the different states that have different mandatory minimums. They have different
Right.
statutes and limitations. They have different clauses and all of this. And we get so caught up in, well, this was this, that's sure. But did it happen in the same area? Did it happen in the same circumstance? Like all of this is different because the people that are involved are different. So whoever held or helped and handled the case in R. Kelly might be a little bit more, I don't know, like hardened to shit like this. So might be just different. You know what I'm saying? Like there's experiences and emotions and thoughts and feelings that everybody in this chain of events has, and they contribute to this moment. You'll never make it the same. You
And
can't.
also, I watched Law and Order. I've seen all the episodes of SVU. I've seen A Few Good Men a few times, and I know that there's probably something else going on in the background, being like, "Hey, we just gotta get the guy right. We gotta get that guilty conviction, so therefore we can set the precedent on the other whatever." Like, I don't know what game is playing on the background. I'm assuming it's not checkers.
It ain't chess. So I don't like it. Like, I don't think it's hidden. You know what I mean? Like, I don't think they're hiding what game they're playing. I think they're playing it in the open. Just nobody understands the game.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Or you don't have time to evaluate the game because you're
Also-
so busy caught up in your day to day.
Also, like, let me reiterate in celebration of America and all of its beauty, its birthday, right? If you have a problem with the way things are done, if this was truly a democracy, there's a way to get that corrected. That's their.
Yo,
their-
I'm starting to, hey, we can talk about this because I'm starting to think that's not true no more, bro.
Well, you know my
think-
background.
In the sense of like,
and
all right, you can vote for a person for one thing, right? But all right, let's put it like this. Say we're like,
I feel like we've had this conversation, but I feel like I was what you're about to say. I've already said, but 3 years ago. But continue.
Yeah,
no,
let's see how this
man,
goes.
I evolved, fucker.
Yeah, I know.
an
From what
evolution,
I
motherfucker.
like how you're trying to explain to me what I've explained to you 3-4
I
years
don't know
ago.
if you explained this to me.
I
don't
have.
give a fuck.
Continue.
This is how I
Continue.
feel now, bitch.
Okay, let's see. Let's see where this goes. I'm intrigued. I'm intrigued.
No, I'm just saying, like, it feels like certain things in politics, right? Like, if you vote for the guy who goes hard on pedophiles, but also wants slavery to come back, like it feels like we don't have like a motherfucker who likes everything we like anymore. Like, I don't know if we ever did, or unless like they might have tried.
But also, if the guy goes, "Hey, you know what? I'm going to combat pedophiles to the day I die. Vote me in." You vote him in, but we never check the stats. We never go, "Hey, what did you vote on? Any of the things that you voted on?"
Yeah.
Like, I think that's also the problem in democracy, the way
Like the
we
police
have it.
reform bullshit that they just passed, that Roe v. Wade.
Yeah, but also it's like, what else did they slide by? Like,
Oh, they
people don't
slid a shit ton in. Have you read that bill yet?
Nah, I don't.
Bro, you got to read that bill, bro. The dude in New York got over the gun law got changed up, which I'm not against, except in New York. Because I swear, dude, I was talking to people. We were talking about this shit. Maryland just got it because basically that thing through the what happened at the Supreme Court of being able to right to bear arms basically affected a shit ton of states. It didn't just affect one state, just like Roe v. Wade. Like, Roe v. Wade is not going to affect New York, but it definitely is going to affect like Texas, Arizona, the Midwest states. Like, New York will never get rid of abortion. There's too many people in New York. But these Midwest states, they need this shit because they're about to run into the same situation China did a couple years ago, where like your generations are dying out and they don't have anybody to work anymore. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's like there's farms going in foreclosure in the Midwest because they don't have enough people to work the fucking farm.
Oh,
so
but they've been going in foreclosure since Wizard of Oz.
You dumb as shit.
No, seriously, that was what Wizard of Oz was about.
I mean, crops are one of the most subsidized things in America. Like, seriously, like if you look at corn is one of the most subsidized exports that we do.
Also, the worst product that we can consume. Continue.
I mean, yeah, but it's one of those things. I mean, it doesn't have a whole lot of nutritional value outside of like
it has
fiber.
zero value, like outside of like corn syrup.
Yeah, Yeah, it's pretty
My
crazy.
fucking parents made me eat that shit.
But it's nuts. It's
But
nuts
that
to
bread
me.
though, son.
Why,
That bread be on fire.
why do you think after you have corn on the cob, you take a shit and you wonder why the corn on the cob
Still
is
going in there?
Yeah, I mean, because you
Full
can't use
corn.
any of it. Yeah, it's a
Your
whole
body
different-
goes-
But I thought it wasn't. I thought that was the health part of it. I'm being honest with it. I thought the healthy part of it was like you eat, but you don't take in any like.
So you get some of the
nothing
fibers.
stays with you, so it comes right back out.
Yeah, you get some of the fibers. That's the thing about like dietary fiber and like carbs. Like if you have, let's say, 20 carbs in a thing, and 14 grams of those 20 carbs, 20 grams is dietary fiber. You're only by net consuming 6 grams of carbs.
Right.
That dietary fiber, you end up
Go
shitting
straight
it all
through.
out.
like juicing, right?
Yeah.
You're taking all of the sugar and all of the vitamins and sugar, but you're taking zero of the fiber.
Right.
So that's
No,
why
you take the fiber. You're taking zero the carbs.
Right. But
you're
what
not
I'm saying
taking
is like
any
when you're
carbs in.
juicing, when you're pressing, you're just taking the sugar of the juice, but you're not taking any of the fiber to help you process that sugar.
Yeah.
Juicing's bad.
Yeah, juicing is bad for you.
Whoa! What the fuck are y'all talking about right now?
Juicing is very bad.
Politics to
Well,
juicing.
well,
But I
because
really
you got
want to stay on juicing, nigga.
it got
How
it got
the fuck is juicing bad for you?
Corn.
That's
how we got to juicing from politics.
Yeah.
You can't even juice corn, nigga.
We're doing like 6 degrees of separation of Kevin
like
Bacon,
shit,
but with
bro.
corn right now. But
No,
yeah,
but I thought the point of it is that you eat it, you get full, but then you don't hold any of it, you poop it back out, so it helps you lose weight. I thought that was the whole point of the shit. And then you just do you take substances to replenish the correct amount of shit that you need, but you don't need to eat as much.
I mean, in a nutshell, you're not wrong, but yeah,
That's the same thing with juicing. Juicing isn't you don't juice so you don't eat as much,
so
and then you just poop it through.
Juice is different because it has so much sugars in it, and your body can only process so much sugars. Like at a certain point, after I can't remember what it is, but at a certain point, you just start to basically put it in like make little deposits in your body, and it can create like calcium deposits. It can make you diabetic. It can do all kinds of stuff if you start consuming too much of those sugars, right? If you're not taking carbs in with that, that means your muscles aren't getting water to them, because that's what carbs do. Carbs, you have complex carbs and simple carbs. Complex carbs are more than 10 carbon water units per, and then it's like complex. Yeah, we can get stupid on this. Yeah, I can get stupid on this. But long story short,
No, I want to know. I want to know because fuck Lloyd, because you took us off our point. But I want to know because I switched to 1 meal a day now.
So yeah, that's essentially what it is. Is like you're not going to get the water to the places that you need, and you're just consuming sugar, which is a simple carb essentially. Like it's not anything complex, so it doesn't have all the stuff that you need to push it to the body the way that you need it to then bring it back to the politics. And we're talking about the subsidies of corn and all of this. I think the real problem is too many people put so much fucking faith in the national level elections, and they don't pay attention to the local. Like everybody is up in arms, and they can tell you that Biden ran against Trump and they did this, but I guarantee you half of them couldn't tell you who's on their gubernatorial ballot. To look at their state and say, oh, even just that, your state can do so much for you, but that doesn't include your county and your city.
You don't even know who's in your city council.
Exactly.
Yeah, I think New York just had an election, and a whole rank of people were like, "Hold up, there's an election today."
Who these people?
Yeah, like it was because one of the guys had my name. That's the only reason why I knew.
And then people wonder why shit don't never change. Well, because you are electing the same fucking people.
But also, we the same people that could tell you where LeBron can hit a shot from and where he can't, and we could tell you stats from 7 games ago that had nothing to do with anything.
50%, bro.
What's that?
Going to the left, he's 50%.
Yeah, right. But who's on your city council? Who's your state treasurer? Who's your people?
My town in Colma Manor, where my parents live at. I thought my other Asian friend. I thought his sister
China
won.
Mike.
Yeah,
who's
China
not
Mike.
even Chinese.
I thought his sister won, and she didn't. I'm like, oh shit, I didn't know.
I thought Eddie lived in the city of Dodge and the county of Ram. Because he's homeless, living out of his truck.
City of Jeep City. Jeep. It's a Jeep thing.
Don't
This
you
is-
live in the county of Hyundai? The city
Yo,
of
I would have
Sonata?
lived in the county of Hyundai. I'm so mad my car's gone. So mad, bro. This truck's so goddamn expensive. I miss my car so much.
Dog, that gas price has got to be.
Yo, did you see the
beating
post
that
I put
ass.
where it was 112 gallons? I mean, 112 dollars.
It's been no less than 95 to fill up my truck.
Talking
every
about
time. So
fucking
I
picking the
feel
right
you,
people in
man.
your elections.
I feel you.
But no, but, okay,
60
back
bucks
to
for
the
my
main point.
Forester.
Back to the main point. It's like, yeah, if you pick somebody that goes towards the thing that you want, you have to also make sure they don't take away from other things that you want.
Absolutely.
Right? It was like a lot of, you know how many people vote, like, and I was looking at this, you know how many people voted for Trump and then got mad that the people that he put into the Supreme Court overturned Roe v. versus Wade. Oh, Roe v. Wade. Yo. It's like, no, like you, so it's like, oh, you were happy that you got to be able to speak whatever you wanted. Oh, you was happy about them tax returns, huh?
Now
Like
you gotta
gas
pull
was
out.
low as shit.
Now you got to
Oh,
pull out.
that gas was low as shit. No, everybody was talking about that shit. You remember, like, man, me and my brother said that shit, and I looked back and was like, we the dumbest motherfuckers ever. Niggas is like, people was like, yo, I don't even like Trump that much, but if Trump was in office, these gas prices wouldn't be that big, bro. These gas prices wouldn't be that high. Yeah, nigga, but he also gave us Roe v. versus Wade. Roe versus Wade, motherfucker.
Just
It's
fucking
so-
now you got to pull out. You know what? I'll spend
Now I
$5.
I mean, I don't
I'll
have
spend
to live in New
$5 a
York,
gallon. I mean,
It's crazy, man. I feel like I find myself constantly saying, like, we're a nation of people that likes to regulate their neighbor rather than regulating their government. And that's really what it feels like we've come down to in this weird cultural war thing that we're in. Like,
parents, you so
I'm
deep.
just,
You-
it's all
you
facts,
so
right?
deep,
Like,
parents.
you see,
virtual
I'm like-
signaling.
They virtual signaling, Terrence. You have
Yeah.
hit the spot, Terrence.
yeah, that's right. 'Cause you motherfuckers know that this is hot fire. This is fuego. All right. It's
my
nuts, man.
God,
Like,
yo.
because
Fago?
it is exactly what it is, right? Is hey, I'm Christian and I don't think that you should be killing babies. And so I'm gonna go out and vote this way. And it's like you're doing this because it falls in line with your belief, but
Right.
not everybody believes the thing that you believe. Now I get it. If that's your moral compass and you gotta live by it, you gotta live by it. But I love when people sit there and say, well, my tax dollars shouldn't go to shit I don't agree with. Bro, you can't tell me where your fucking tax dollars go, and it goes to some shit you don't fucking agree with.
If you live in the
Shut
state
up.
of New York, your tax dollars go to 5 different things every time you get paid.
Every
And
time.
nobody can explain to me what the fuck they are, bro.
And nobody will. And nobody cares. They're just like, fuck it. Give me my money and we'll walk.
Dude, we pay for in New York, your tax dollars go to street cleaning. Have you ever seen the streets in New York? Like, listen, okay, the streets in like Flatiron, Chelsea, fucking downtown, like, you know what I'm saying? LES, Upper East Side. Oh, fucking phenomenal, bro. Midtown, fucking Times Square, nigga, phenomenal.
I'll say Times Square is surprisingly clean for
But
as
not
many
in
people
fucking
go.
Harlem, nigga.
Yeah.
In Harlem, these streets is dirty as shit.
Yeah.
In Washington Heights, these streets are horrible. In fucking Chinatown, freaking horrible.
We like
Guess
it that
what?
way,
we
though.
still pay the same motherfucking taxes.
Mhm.
It's Nevada. Nevada doesn't have state tax, so
For real?
Mm. Yep.
I need to move to Vegas. I'm so thinking about moving. Like I'm trying to convince. I think I'm about to convince my ex-wife to like meet a dude in California or like Colorado or something, so I can go to the
Colorado.
West Coast. I swear to God.
There's
you're putting
there's
her
no
on,
L.
you're putting her apps on, just like mothers only.
Yeah, dude, I'm trying to hook her up with some like rich fat dude in fucking Colorado that just wants to take care of her. Like, do that. So I can
found
see
this-
my fucking daughter when I'm on the West Coast. Let
I
me
saw
get a
this-
3-hour ride from Cali or some shit.
It's a rich sugar daddy. He's on blackpeoplemeet.com. He's in
Bruh,
Vegas.
nigga, it's nowhere on the East Coast besides Florida that she can get free income tax. You know what I mean? Like, and I'm not moving to Florida.
Fucking
That's
Nevada, homie. Nevada.
That's just not in the that's not in the
I
cards.
mean, it's 120 degrees today, but I
Are you
mean,
serious?
it's like
Yeah,
100 and I think it's like 112. What I saw earlier today.
That's why you losing so much weight?
Oh, you noticed. Well, thank you.
Well, yeah, you know, baby, I got you.
I'm trying to
you
get
know.
camera
I
ready
ain't the
again.
only one that could give you little smart little slide stuff.
I'm trying to get camera ready. I gotta get a fucking agent out here. I gotta sell these tickets.
I got to stimulate the mind first.
No, hey, look. Hey, look. I know who losing weight. You know what I'm saying? 'Cause I'm out here losing that weight right now. You know what I'm saying? Man.
I mean,
Where?
being homeless will do that
Fuck
to
you,
you.
boy.
When you gotta walk around,
Homeless.
when you got to panhandle for your next meal and it ain't guaranteed like it was before, Eddie.
Yo,
like,
listen,
you can't
bro,
just walk around and freely buy your Jamaican spicy beef patties like you
Hey,
used
look,
to.
I just had some. I had some yesterday, son. I'm so good.
You stop at the bodegas and get them joints, like the authentic
Dude,
ones.
I haven't even got back to that joke yet. I gotta get like Seton. I was talking to Seton one day. He was like, "Yeah, nah, just keep all your polished shit and just keep doing that. Let the motherfuckers know you funny. Don't let these motherfuckers think that you know what I'm saying. You ain't funny. Like you from DC. Like you gotta make sure they know you funny." And I was like, you know how many jokes I haven't finished working on?
All of them. All of them that aren't that 5 jokes that you use right now. All of them.
Bro. No, bro. Listen, so now we can get to it because we got 6 minutes. Listen. So fucking go to AC. Go to Atlantic City. My boy Tate Winston hooked me
Shithole.
out with a spot.
Shithole.
I hate it so much. So literally go up and I'm ripping. And then I go into the jokes where it's like not really at white people, but it's just a little bit. And it was like, and I swear to you, this is the first time, and I had to tell somebody this. It's the first time I've been on the road, like with a packed spot that wasn't black and wasn't for a headliner. And these white people just looked at me with such disdain. They looked at me with such. It was just like, and I'm still, you know me. I was like, a lot of people say I shouldn't do jokes about white people in front of a room full of white people, and I tell them, what the fuck y'all gonna do? Like, and it was just.
That's what set the tone. They were like, fuck this
No,
guy.
dude,
Yeah, definitely don't
that.
lead with it. Definitely
It
don't
was
lead with it.
before-
Don't close with them.
Yeah, it was before. They left me before that, bro. This is how you know your set is good, but the people just aren't really fucking with it. I'm hitting the joke. I hit the small punchline. When I hit the small punchline, a lady says,
That's how you know. That's how you know you're like on the precipice of greatness right there. That joke is greatness.
Yo, I said, I gotta figure it out. But like, all right, so Terrence, just as the residential white guy for the show, does it really bother a lot of white people that so many people make fun of white people?
So many you mean black people make fun of white people?
No, I mean Lloyd makes fun of white people all the time.
No. Well, you just
I say smart shit
in y'all language, so y'all forget it.
I say smart shit.
You don't even say smart shit. You just sound like you're from Boston every time you fucking talk about white people. Like your R's go away.
Gotta be authentic, right? I mean, the birthplace of white people in America, Boston.
I think for me, if we're gonna be honest here,
honest.
I think we
Just
just
say nigga. Other than that, you good.
then I don't want to talk. Like, what was the whole point of me talking? Like, that was the only thing I wanted. I'm a big Joe Rogan fan. What the fuck is going on? Like, I just want to go ER for the next 2.5 minutes. That's all I want to do. Just no, but
go ahead, bro.
Audit.com.
In all facts, in all seriousness, here's my take on it. I don't get offended. I don't get upset. I just don't see anything original that I haven't heard. It's tired. It's done. Like it's so fucking overdone. Like, but the crazy part is now not is it only overdone. Now it's I agree with you in certain aspects, but it's now become overdone, and now it's halfway become more of like a one-way street. Because if you look like me and try to flip the opposite, even just playfully, it becomes a real fucking problem nowadays. Like, people do want to fight over that shit. I haven't had that issue for a while, but I do get that issue occasionally. So I think realistic. It's kind of like in my roast battles that I've done. Literally all of June was roast battle every fucking weekend. It was a lot of fun. Got in the insults, but every black comic I went against was pretty much made any joke I could predict. It's going to be some sort of, pop culture, hot white person. So it's either going to, I've just had to adjust with the times, right? It's no longer Vanilla Ice. It was Eminem. It's no longer Eminem. It was somebody else. And now it's Jack
MGK.
Harlow, right? Like, or
Jack
MGK,
Harlow.
right? Or you get flipped that. I'll get somebody to make fun of me for being like Joe Rogan because I'm tattooed up and I do comedy, right? It's just predicted. I'm tattooed up. I'm white. I do comedy. I'm racist. It's like it's all predictable. Like I'm not. Nothing you're saying isn't something I've not been genuinely told my entire life. I probably do to other black people because I'm a racist piece of shit or whatever. Or it's just all right. I've heard that same insult 40 different ways. It's just not new to me.
That's why I don't do roast battles. That's exactly why I don't do roast battles because
why? Because you only hear Asian jokes about being short.
And it's the 7 same jokes, and for whatever reason, those 7 same jokes seem to be like no one's ever heard them because everyone laughs, and you're like, how have you never heard these fucking 7 jokes?
That's why I don't do it with people I don't know.
Hold on. You guys, y'all, this is a killer. This is killing me. Let me tell you why. You two make the same fucking jokes on this podcast for the last year and a half.
Lugs.com, everybody.
See what I'm saying? Eddie can't spell.
I haven't said that in a while.
No, we know you can spell. You just don't read well out loud.
No, I read fucking amazing. Don't ever do that one, bitch. I'll take the spelling. Don't ever fuck up my reading. What the fuck is wrong with you?
No, it's not. It's not that it's like if we're gonna be real, like there's some of them that I can hear 100 times and it's really funny, but you have to be clever, you have to be clever in how you deliver it because you can have the same relative punchline, but if you find unique ways of inserting it in the conversation or in the insult, I'm here for it. The problem is just not.
Is it more or less is worse because like I think that's similar to why everybody loves Bill. Bill makes fun of like black people outright,
but he's fucking clever though. Like that's
but he's one. Okay, he has a black baby now, so he's fucked. Right?
2, I think.
He has 2 of them. Yeah, 2 girls. Right? You ever hear this joke about him being mean to his like going into like the Bill Burr moment, but his daughter pulls him out? It's fucking amazing. Like
I don't know. His special's coming out soon, so I'll watch it then.
I don't know if it's on his special. His drawouts are fucking phenomenal, bro. Like when he hits a point and then just takes you on that little journey. Like, you know what I'm saying? He takes you on a little journey through that fucking, like, this one little piece. It's fucking amazing. But he talks about, like, his... Anyway, let's get off Bert. But I think that's why a lot of people fuck with... Yeah, because I can do this all day. But I think that's why a lot of people fuck with Bert is because it's, like, he makes fun of black people, like, ruthlessly. Like, but, I mean, he still goes at white people, too, though.
But I was about to say he does the same thing with white people. That's the thing, right? Is it's even. It's an even keel gambit. Everybody's going to get some. Far too often, what I've seen with black comics specifically is it's not even. It's just straight up. It's almost like Dave Chappelle said in one of his fucking interviews or something. You get a lot of people that want to tell wokes, not jokes, and they don't know the difference between a good point and a good joke. And I think it ties into that with you because. This particular point because it's none of it's new. None of this is anything that's that risque to say or different or mind turning. It's just like you're like, white people are bad and oppressive. Like, okay.
Yeah, but I don't think people are saying shit like that. Like white people are bad. No, a lot of people are saying shit like that.
Like
it's a lot of motherfuckers.
I was gonna say Eddie must have gotten really New York if he's gonna get that PC about it. Like, nobody.
Yo, I did not know. Listen, people call DC PC. God damn, New York.
I can't do it. There's no fucking way. There's no.
No, you could. It makes you stronger. They definitely make like. And I'll be honest.
I'm sure it does.
Oh, that shit makes you because you cannot get away with it. You can't get away with like the little small lives.
I've always said this ever since we met. It's like you could say whatever you want to say. You just have to find a clever way of saying it. You can't just come out and say like those like, oh, we can't say anything anymore. No, the rules have changed to make it more difficult.
Right.
You just don't want to put in the work.
Yeah, we told it when Cat Williams said that shit.
Yep.
Cat Williams, when he was like, nobody's canceled. He was like, name one person that got canceled that didn't come back that was good.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Like, these are the rules. Like you're just gonna yell like, "Oh, I can't go out of bounds." Like I can't, whatever the rule is. Like no, just find a. You just gotta be
raped the whole bag of chicks and came back. So I mean,
true. Man. Like I think it's gonna always depend. Like in all seriousness, man, you could come to some of the flyover states and some of the areas that I've done shows at on the road out here in Iowa, South Dakota. You could probably do that and you would kill.
Right.
Probably. It's just going to be about that 50-50 mix because I think in general, We're just like, I've heard it before. There's nothing
No,
new.
I mean, dude, I hate like it's. I mean, every time you find a clever way of like saying it in front of black people is like, because I think black people I think everybody's tired of the comparisons. Black people do this, white people do this. It was a full 90s era. Like now, it's like dick jokes. It's got to be fucking amazing, right? I'm with you on that, but shut up. I feel like anytime you start talking about white people, even white people, it automatically starts turning a lot of white people off. And it says, and like the rebuttal I hear a lot is because we can't do it. It's like that. It's like, oh, that's literally somebody said it's reverse racism.
Well, I think
that's not a thing.
Well,
I think racism.
Well, I'm saying like to give the white perspective, I think that ties into that, right? Is it has become more of that one-way street in that like if I'm sitting here ripping and I'm going back and forth, right? And we're having somebody go back and forth, and then all of a sudden I just stop talking about one, somebody's going to feel excluded from this, right? And so I think it's in that same vein of like, okay, if you insult me and we make these jokes and we can laugh, but then we have a white comic up there doing the same, but on the other, you don't see that nearly as often. I think some people are just like, I'm tired of it. I'm not saying it's justifiable. I'm just saying that's how I read the situation.
I think that a lot of the things is like, you're not saying anything new. Right. And you're not saying it cleverly. You're not backing up the points with something, a new perspective. You're just saying the same shit everyone's been saying for fucking 20 years. Like, come up with a new perspective. Come up with a new reasoning. Come up with a new punchline. Come up with something that's different. If you're just gonna keep on spouting the same shit, yeah, it sounds racist. Why? Because granddad used to say that shit, or you know, whatever it might be. Be smarter. Be fresh. Be new.
We had to do.
I think you fuck people over when you say be smarter. Right? Because it's like you're doing this, like, especially in comedy, motherfuckers aren't sitting around not trying to be clever. They're trying to figure out so you don't know what a joke is going to end. You know what I mean?
I get it. But what I'm saying is, like, just because, like, you're watching kids play basketball, right? And you go, like, they're missing.
Right.
Like, that's what I'm watching. I'm watching people doing the same thing, missing. And you go, hey, at some point, you got to get better at this. Like, you're not going to be successful if you don't get better. But they're like, well, we should just move the hoops lower. That's what we're asking.
Yeah.
You got to learn how to shoot. You got to learn how to shoot over the fucking, you know what I'm saying, tripod. I got it, bro. It's just weird. Like, I'm really starting to see, like, white people are starting to, I don't know if it's Trump, and it's not, I don't know. It's one of them. It's kind of like what dudes had to stop saying tranny, and you had to say transgender, and motherfuckers kept giving pushback on tranny. Like, but that's, I mean, it's just a abbreviation.
Same way you keep on saying midget
or midget instead of little person or little. You know what I'm saying? I think black comics
you've already done today
right now, where it's like, and this is like, oh, now I can't talk about white people. If I talk about white people, y'all stop getting offended, you pussy ass niggas. Like, because. And it's just honest. I'm sorry, bro. White comics made fun of black people a lot back in the fucking 80s and 70s, bro.
I ain't even there's no debate there. There's no debate.
Well,
but
the whole minstrel, scene,
right?
I'm not even talking about that. Like, I'm talking about legitimately making fun of black people, bro. Like, that's like, there's old clips of comics. Is what have you ever realized that we don't hear about any of the comics from the 40s and 20s, but we hear about comics in the 10s? How does that happen? We literally still prop up comics from like the 1910s, 1900s, but when it comes to the 20s, 30s, and 40s, you don't hear anything, and then the 50s, 60s, and 70s, you hear again.
What's going? Like, I mean, I feel vaudeville was in the 10s and 20s. Who was in the 10s and 20s?
So, like, and I looked this, because the only reason why I was talking about this, I was trying to make it, I was researching a joke about
also videos. There were no videos back then, but continue.
No, you had fucking
the silent shows and
you had the comedy shows, but black and white was out.
Yeah, that's not the 10s, bro. Video
was the 20s, right? Or 30s?
I can't imagine that
20s.
The 50s.
No, because you had black and white film in like 1911. Because I think Nosferatu came out around that time. But yeah, anyways.
Like, hold on, what was the first TV special?
I don't know. Yeah, the thing is, man, is when we talk about this in the historical context, nobody can deny the atrocities that were committed. The problem is people love to ascribe to, well, white people been doing this, and it's like, I hate to be that fucking dude because I'm about to be that dude, but everybody alive here didn't own slaves, and that's the white mentality, right? Like, I wasn't a part of this system that you ascribe me to be, and then when we're trying to have fun with it, it's not fun anymore. Like,
there we go. So yeah, like Lenny Bruce was 1930s, 50s.
And that's who we're talking about, right? We're talking about, we know Lenny Bruce, but we don't know who.
Don Rickles, Joan Rivers, those are the guys. That's when color TV came out.
Mm-hmm.
But then
like
before
50s,
that,
60s. It'd been like 50s, 60s.
Well, yeah, because I mean, before Lenny Bruce, that era before Lenny Bruce, it was vaudeville, but nobody was talking like Lenny Bruce. Hence, that's why he got arrested. There wasn't really stand up back then.
Yeah.
It was vaudeville acts.
Would you vaudeville? You mean like Abbott and Costello?
Yeah.
Is that vaudeville? Yeah.
It's like an on-screen version of it, but like vaudeville's like a lot of that. Basically, like variety show, like on the stage stuff that they would do, like a lot of the sing-song dances and doing shit
minstrel
like that.
Shit.
I was gonna say literally, that's where they would do the minstrel type shit and have people in blackface.
Like I don't want to say Lenny Bruce was the
Charlie
first.
Charlie Chaplin was 19s.
Yeah, like I was gonna say he was like 1910.
But that wasn't audio. It was literally moving pictures.
Comedy,
it was a flip.
It was comedy.
But we're talking about stand-up comedy, aren't we? We're talking about
we were just talking about stand-up, then you still got Mom's Mabley and all those. It's all the black. The point I'm making is you only really hear about the black comics from that era. You think Mom's Mabley, like, even though, let's just be honest, black comics are like, I'm sorry, urban. I don't even know how they put it, but funnier, fucker.
Say it. Actually, you know what? Let me bring out that statement. Hold on.
Eddie just said that black people are funnier. Okay, got it.
They are. Okay. It's just we're just better entertainers. But no, I'm fucking around. But because we're better fighters too. But I've definitely seen some white dudes fuck some people up. Lomachenko, what's up, baby? Like, the point I'm making is
it's almost as if like we're all just people. Holy shit,
isn't it?
Until you see Eddie and I stand next to each other, and you're like, you guys are not remotely close to the same time.
I thought this thing was equal, but nope.
No, I'm just saying, like, so basically, all of the point I was making was the conversation went to, because I didn't even know, like, I really, it took me a long time to even try to pinpoint, but the conversation went to name like comics from certain eras, and you can't except black ones. And then you run into like Don Rickles, Lenny Bruce, Joan Rivers, and then you go back to black ones. It was like, and even on those, it was like Joan Rivers talked about everybody way too much, her husband mostly, but she really just talked about white people, and then jumped it into black. Don Rickles made fun of everybody. Lenny Bruce just talked about all topics, and then you jump forward to like the richer, you know what I'm saying? Again, black comics again.
You can't leave out George Carlin, you prick.
Huh?
You can't leave out
George Carlin's 70s, 80s.
He died. He didn't die till like the early 2000s.
I'm saying he rules like the 70s, 80s.
I'm fucking with you. No, I get what you're saying, man. But
yeah,
it's just one of those things, man. That like, that's the only thing that I can think of is, I think people are like, oh, I'm fucking sick of it, and it's like, I mean, whatever. It is what it is.
Man.
Sorry. Yeah, it's like when you go back that far, stand up as a person standing up on stage talking wasn't really around back then. I mean, we had the vaudeville, we had the variety act, the 3-person, the Abbott Costello, the Marx Brother back and forth. Like back in the before Lenny Bruce era, like the 30s, it wasn't stand up as we know it.
Yeah.
And that's kind of why he got in trouble so much. Because
I mean, people don't give him his credit. A lot of people don't give Lenny Bruce his credit. I mean, and I guess it's more because you can't name a Lenny Bruce joke. Like, we didn't get to hear his jokes that much. And the only reason why people know about Mom's Mabley is because Whoopi Goldberg put out a special.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like, people forget that part. A lot of people didn't know. Like, when people talk about like, oh, Mom's Mabley is one of my favorite comics. How, bitch? How?
They Wikipedia one person, and they just go.
I really look up to her.
I remember somebody told me Freddie Prinze was one of their favorite comics. I was like, he did 2 TV airings, and you weren't alive.
And he killed himself.
And then he killed himself.
Yeah.
And you weren't alive.
Yeah.
How?
I mean, Freddie Prinze Jr., but I mean,
shut up, people. Shut your face.
He killed it in the '90s comedy movie rom-coms.
I was gonna say rom-coms and all that. Yep.
But anything else, man? Let's get out of here.
I'm losing light.
Yeah, we see it. That's what I said. Let's get out of here.
Sounds racist.
With it. That's why I'm mad with it. With it. With it. That's why I'm mad with it. Straight out the trap with it. Whatever you want, whatever you need, it's on tab. Get it. That's why I'm mad with it.